Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Furtadio Experience, the podcast that makes you feel more conscious, more engaged, and more fulfilled to help you magnify your impact on humanity. So, on Begin Within Wednesdays, I talk about something that I'm thinking about, and then I reverse the roles and ask you a question. So, something I have been thinking about a little bit and actually just being, my mind keeps thinking about is the past. So for some of you listening to the episode, you may know that I have moved to Los Angeles a couple months ago from Eugene, Oregon. In Eugene, I lived there for 5 years, and it's a beautiful little community. Had nature, had a great community feel where it felt like everyone was really involved, and a lot of people really cared, and there's just a lot of ways to get involved and give back to the community. And it's also just, it's mid-sized, it's smaller. I'm able to of course, that I was there for 5 years, I explored it quite well, and I was able to really grasp the lay of the land, so to speak. So I always really kind of felt comfortable where I was going in Eugene. And then moving to Los Angeles, obviously second biggest city in the United States, and it's a concrete jungle. So it's been really challenging for me, and thinking back, my mind continues to think about all the memories I have in Eugene, whether it's, riding my bike on the river, or it's going back to the Boys and Girls Club, the place where I really kind of found my spark for what I want to do in my career in life. And just so many, and just an understanding, and just the feeling I had in Eugene was home. And then you move to a new place, and it's just new. And a lot of people experience this when they move to a new place. So a lot of the patterns of thinking are like, why did, obviously I moved down here because my girlfriend's going to school down here, so that was kind of just the path to go. And it's a lot of my mind is thinking about, missing and just showing me old memories. And, sometimes I'll like really engage with them, like engage with the thoughts, like, you show me more, I guess, of the memory and really relive it. But that takes me out of the present moment. That takes me out of adjusting here. That takes me out of, doing new things here. So I'm going to kind of try and explain to you all, a certain thought pattern, how I'm viewing it, how I'm trying to let it go, and how I'm trying to use it to basically create a new life here in Los Angeles. So, again, I'm going to mention the Boys and Girls Club again, and I really do miss working with the youth, and I miss the Boys and Girls Club. I was there on and off for about 4 years, so it's a place that I felt really comfortable in as well. So that's another thing, that the mind likes to attach to things that it's comfortable with. And so with that, let's say I have the thought that comes to my mind, like I miss the Boys and Girls Club in Eugene, and I wish I was still working there. And so therefore, okay, I get that thought, and then that's been a thought pattern that's showed up time and time again. So that's okay for me to ask myself, okay, what about this thought? What about the Boys and Girls Club do you really miss? And so it actually gave me a lot of food for thought, thinking about it in that way. In terms of, okay, number one, I do miss working with youth. I miss working with people in person because I'm spending a lot more time behind a screen, and I miss being on a team. So I'm asking myself, and I had to do a lot of reflection, because when I was on a team, I missed the staff as well. And maybe we weren't like the closest ever, but it felt great to be on a team and serving a mission. Like I have a mission now with impact, and it's really and it's really lofty, and it is impact driven, mission driven. But since the team is mainly made up of myself and it's working behind a computer, I'm missing a lot of that in-person interaction. So it's not meeting necessarily my needs of being, and I really had to come and ask myself that. So that's a way that you can use repeating thoughts of the past to help you move forward with your future. And other things, like I was super involved with the community. It's like, okay, then get involved with the LA community, go on new adventures, explore new places. And get involved in different organizations, get involved with new people. That's how you're going to slowly acclimate, and obviously being patient with it and letting things come and go. So those are some of my thoughts. Again, this is all from my experience. I'm not an expert on how to let thoughts, come and go. I'm not a therapist, but I think it's a good sharing of experience of where you can begin with, you can start recognizing some own patterns within yourself. And then if you want to do further research, there are other, wonderful people to look up about like how to, kind of let thoughts come and go and how to be, again, this is really all about just how being present. Because I'm here in Los Angeles. There's no point in me living in Eugene in my head now. I know that's like safe, but sometimes we have to kind of venture out of our comfort zones and continue to grow as humans. And every new opportunity that may be challenging does present us as a way to kind of thinking about a video game, level up. So those are my food for thoughts. What my question to you all is like, what thoughts are continuing to relive, and how can you kind of re-examine those, and then also use those to learn from, and then also live in the present moment where you are now. I appreciate you all for listening to this episode. Please share it with a friend or an enemy. Like, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube, follow it if you're on Spotify, leave a review if you're on Apple Podcasts. It's the way this podcast grows. And I just really appreciate you all. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will be coming into your ears and eyes soon.